Welcome back to the podcast, Children of the Popcorn. It's the Baron here coming to you from his dungeon deep in his castle. We've got a wonderful film here to talk about today. But who else have we got? And I see a new face as well. So please introduce yourself, folks.
That's me. G
Yeah.
Noir, I am back again. Only done a few with you guys, but enjoy coming back. Why not? Love me some horror.
And this is Mr. Popcorn. Hello, children. You can't see it at the moment because I have a friendo behind me, but I'm in a white room. It's blinding white. It's very THX 1138, or the white room, which is the new phrase for when you're on stage and you completely blank. Your lines go bye-bye. It's called the white room now. So that's where I am. And most importantly, all the way from Perth, thank you very much for joining us. Please introduce yourself however much you would like, our guest, and maybe we will see them again in the future, hopefully all going well. Please introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Vanessa. I play Perth's own horror host, Toxie the Salacious Spectre, and I'm so happy to be here today. Thanks for having me.
Cool. Nice intro. Nice
good.
name as well. Nice name. We love our gimmicky names, so that's good.
Yeah.
All right, Baron, over to you.
Thank you, Mr. Popcorn. Greatly appreciate it. So today we are here to talk about a wonderful new film that's out at the cinema called Clown in a Cornfield. We've got the friendo, the clown there behind me. We've got the friendo, I think, behind Mr. Popcorn, and we've got G Noir's lovely little dolly family in as well. So yeah, good. Now we've all seen the film, I presume.
Yes.
So now, for those people that aren't aware, Clown in a Cornfield has only just been released, and it is based on a book. I think there might be 3 in the series from what I've seen, and it is actually a young adult novel, which is interesting because the film certainly didn't shy away from adult kills, so to speak. But what are people's initial thoughts on the film?
Anyone want to go first? I will.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I was one of the first to go and see it. At first, I didn't know much about the film when I first went there. G and I went there for Studio Canal, and I was lucky enough to have gone and seen the preview screening of it. So there wasn't a lot going on about it, even in the trailers, didn't know a lot. And once the film started, I was like, what is going on here? I just wasn't at first. I was just like, I'm not getting what the concept here is. It seemed at first very almost cheesy, like there were very stereotypical characters, and then I started to learn as we went through that this was all on purpose. This vibe, these teens, this idea was all contrived, and I started to get into it, and I started to really enjoy the film and step away from my first preconceived notions of it. So yes, that's my
cool.
Yeah.
Very similar feelings there, Georgina. I was like, okay, this is a movie so far.
Yeah.
Yes, I've seen this before. Set up new town, running away, country town. I think you're going to find peace and harmony. No, that doesn't exist anywhere. And there were very stereotypical characters going on and whatnot. Until, yes, at a certain point where you start clocking on, this is a bit weird, starting to verge into Twin Peaks territory a little bit with the adults here.
Yeah.
And then you're introduced to the concept of friendo, and then certain reveals start happening, and you start to cotton on what the verses is of this film. Yes,
Yeah.
and we'll get into that. This is making a statement about generations, and I cottoned onto that pretty much about quarter halfway through and went, oh, okay, I
Yeah.
get it. And once I got it, and then the horror and the comedy pretty much in tandem came out to play. Second half, all in. Yeah.
Yeah. No,
Um,
100%.
Okay.
Vanessa, what say you?
I thought it was very funny. I really enjoyed the comedy aspect to it. It's actually inspired me to go and read the book. I'm about halfway through it at the moment.
Oh, cool.
Nice.
It's a fairly faithful adaptation from what I've read so far. A few of the kills have been changed a bit, and the book doesn't have the comical aspect, at least so far. But I really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Fantastic, fantastic. So what are the kills? The kills have been changed to, are they less gratuitous in the book or are they more gratuitous in the movie?
They're just different. So it's different setups. I don't want to
Yeah,
give
okay,
away
sure.
too much, but
Sure.
Yeah. I like
Because
it.
that's interesting what you said, Baron, about this being a young A, content. It's rated R. The movie's rated R.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, which surprised me when I realized that it was from a YA book.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
I was talking like Goosebumps level or a little bit like, more than that. Yeah,
it's a little more grown up than Goosebumps.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Okay. So you're talking
children's books, I think that.
so like the legitimate young adult, demographic of 18 to 25, not 13 to 30. Would you say, Vanessa?
Yeah,
I
I'd
get
say
it.
so.
Yeah.
I get
Yeah,
you.
late teens on, I would say, based on what I've seen.
Mm.
Mhm.
Right.
All right, well, let's do a little bit of just sort of the admin chat of the Clown in the Cornfield. So this has just been released at the cinema. We won't be going too deep into the plot because obviously it's still out. And we don't want to spoil it for anyone. That's why it was difficult to find the picture that I've got here because everything had spoilers in the background of it. So I thought I'd better not.
All right. Yeah.
But Clown in the Cornfield, directed by Eli Craig, who we would also know from Tucker and Dale versus Evil. And I've heard rumblings that there's a sequel to that film coming out called Tucker and Dale versus Aliens.
I've heard that
but
as well. Yeah.
I have no proof of that, but that would be cool.
Yes.
Question: have we all seen that movie?
Yes, indeed.
Yes.
I need to see it then. I'm the only one.
Oh, you haven't.
Oh,
It's a
okay.
bit of a staple.
Yeah.
Like,
It seems to be very popular.
Yeah,
Lots
in
of
the way of
people like it
comedy
across the
horror.
board.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I'll check
And
it.
it would have helped you with this a lot because you would have
I know.
understood where the
Yeah.
comedy is coming
Yeah.
from. But
Mhm. All good.
So the thing that Eli Craig does really well is that mix of comedy and horror. So we've got Clown in the Cornfield, we've got Tucker and Dale versus Evil, and we've got another film that he did in 2017 called Little Evil, which once again was
I have
a
seen
sort of
that. Yes.
horror thing.
Yeah.
So yeah,
It was
you not a fan?
of Little
Yeah, it
Evil
was
was
all right.
okay. It was okay. It was okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've seen it once, so
yeah, it's not as good as Tucker and Dale.
Yeah.
But,
No.
by any means.
Um,
But still.
So the writers of this, Carter Blanchard, Eli Craig, who's the director as well. Carter Blanchard did Independence Day Resurgence, and a film called Haven, which looks kind of interesting. I might have to track down. And the other writer is Adam Cesar, who also did last night Terrence Lane's Ghost and Ghost Game, which are both horror-y kind of projects, which look kind of interesting as well. So I might have to track those ones down. It was produced for this year, obviously, because it's just out now. We've got Katie Douglas, who plays Quinn, the final girl, so to speak. Aaron Abrams, who plays her dad, Dr. Glenn Maybrook. I really enjoyed his character. I also liked the fact that he wasn't the usual horror trope stupid dad. Like he had some control over his own destiny in this film, so to speak.
Yeah, true.
Mm.
I think they started him that way though. They started him like sort of
Yeah, they did.
atypical, and then his character grew as we went through the film, which
I mean,
enjoyed
yeah, he was placed as a doofus dad
Yeah,
automatically.
you
He's
stay
listening.
with Yoko with that boy, like
Yeah. And Eric B listening to 80s rap and rapping along badly in the car. Just classic. Classic stuff. And also Eli, that track was out in 1997. the Eric B. and Rakim one. Sorry,
Yeah.
have to say it. Anyway,
But
carry
maybe
on.
she was just like she didn't even know what era his music was from, or maybe
I guess.
Yeah.
you know,
Look,
just
Yeah,
like
true. I'll
whatever.
go with
It's just
that. I'll
old
go with
stuff.
that.
It's just
I'll
old
go
stuff.
with, it's just a small thing. It's just a small thing.
Yeah, no. Okay. I like that little
now,
thing.
at this point in the cast list, we've got Carson McCormick and Vincent Muller as Cole and Rust. Do we want to avoid any spoilers?
Yeah,
Yeah, I think so.
yeah, I think so. For
Okay.
that one, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
In agreement.
I really liked Cole. I really liked Rust. Rust was more sort of a um, co-starring or like featured extra because he's only in the film
Mm.
for like a bit of it, whereas Cole and Quinn are in it a lot more. Kevin Durand, I really liked as Arthur Hill. He and Will Sasso as the sheriff, amazing. So
Yeah.
yeah, Kevin playing the town oligarch and Will Sasso playing the sheriff. They were perfectly
Yeah.
cast.
Absolutely.
I
If I could have 30 seconds on Will Sasso, absolutely love the dude. If you don't know him, he is a comedy legend, a Canadian comedy legend. Back in the day, he's most famous for being on Mad TV. If you're a comedy podcast fan, he created the 10-minute podcast, which is one of the most hilarious things in the world. And he's on a bunch of comedy podcasts. He was for a while. He most recently did Dudesy. And Dudesy was a podcast curated by an AI. And having two comedians, very smart comedians, basically duke it out comedically with an AI was hilarious.
That's just
He's
funny anyway. You know, just getting on.
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
an argument.
If you are into comedy and you don't know of him, seek him out. He's not as known as much as he should be, but he has been a legend for a long time, and I was very happy that he popped up in this movie. Thank you.
Yeah, cool.
He's very good in the spin-off to Big Bang Theory, which is called Georgie and Mandy's First Marriage. He plays the dad
I've heard of that, yes.
of the
Okay.
family, so he's very good in
I not hear these things, so yeah.
it. So Kevin Durand, people will recognize him from the X-Men films where he plays the character who ends up being called the Blob. He was also in Abigail, Lock and Key. He's been in a bunch of stuff. Woo Assassins. He's a really good character actor, and I think he played the oligarch really well in this. So then we're down to sort of the kind of also rans. We've got Cassandra Potenza as Janet. We've got Verity Marks as Ronnie. We've got Io Solanke as Tucker, and we've got Alexandre Martin Deacon as Matt. So those are the YouTubers, the group of
Yeah, okay.
teens that.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
The only other person that kind of stuck out to me throughout was the teacher character, which is Bradley Sawatsky, played Mr. Vern. I really liked his creepy teacher. That was some really good work by Bradley there. And he's the only other one with a few more horror links, like he was in The Grudge, Channel Zero. Like he's got a bit more horror
I thought I
in
knew
his
his
back catalog.
face. Yeah.
Dark
Yeah.
Harvest. Yeah.
Creepy
So
man.
yeah,
Very,
Yeah.
very hard trodden on by straight away. You knew he did
Yeah.
not like the students. Yes.
Well, that was
Yeah.
the whole town, wasn't it? You knew
Yeah.
straight away it was just like, what's your deal? What is wrong with these adults? Like that definitely fed us this idea straight away that it's like everybody's coming down really hard on these kids quickly, and it just sort of hit it really. I know they were meant to be like burnt down their main factory or whatever. What was that? The Bay. What was the factory's name?
It was.
Well, I've got it here somewhere. Bay Pen. Yeah, the Bay Pen
Yeah.
Yes.
factory. So this was meant to be the underlining reason why they didn't like these students. But it was sort of like all the adults were definitely quite. I don't know what's going on with these people from the beginning.
Yeah. They don't. Sorry, after you, Baron, please.
I was going to say I was getting a real sort of Scooby-Doo crossed with Hot Fuzz feeling from the film.
Yeah, that's
I
a
can see
good way of
that.
putting that. Yeah, you know, it was something you just couldn't put your finger on, and then until it sort of revealed itself, you're like, well, there you go.
Yeah, because
so that's that. I couldn't find an accurate budget for this either. It was everywhere I looked at
I
the
know, I
numbers.
know. It was made for $1 million.
Was it? Okay.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
was. I think
$1
it
million
cost like
flat.
3 point something,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
they're
it's triple.
saying,
It's
well,
tripled its
yeah,
budget. It's tripled its
yeah,
budget
yeah,
again.
which is really well.
And who distributed it, Baron? It's
It is
okay.
produced cinematography, release date. Shudder and RLJE
Yeah,
Films.
okay, okay. Just curious. Yeah, okay. Again, so they're children. This is another example that horror makes a lot of money. Yeah,
Hmm.
horror
Yeah.
is popular. Horror is successful, and
Yeah,
$1 million is nothing.
yeah,
That's
like make a
basically
film.
and they're like, it's an independent production. It's the equivalent to student films. You know, have you got $20? Can you buy them lunch?
Yeah.
Can you buy the
Yeah,
actors some coffee? Yeah, pretty
literally,
much.
We'll pay you back.
literally for
Yeah,
a
yeah,
major motion picture for sure.
which is
Mhm.
really good.
Now,
We can,
one of the things that we try and do on the podcast when we've got someone new on or a guest is we've got a couple of questions that we'll run through. So I might put these to you if that's okay, Vanessa.
Sure.
So what was the horror film you saw way too early?
Oh boy. Well, I mean, it's a thriller, but I guess I could say Jaws.
Yep. Same as mine.
absolutely. Yeah.
And I kind of have Jaws and Rocky Horror Picture Show sort of in the same sort of time
Okay.
frame.
Yeah, me too, actually.
Yeah, yeah. I think every parent wanted to show you Rocky Horror Picture Show, right? For some
Yeah.
reason, going, that's going to be age appropriate. You grow into
Yeah.
it and
Yeah.
love it. It's like,
That is true.
yeah.
That is true.
Yeah.
What's your favorite movie monster?
Oh, favorite movie monster. It would have to be the Gill Man.
Gillman? Nice.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Very
Good call.
nice. Yeah.
And if you were in a slasher or a post-apocalyptic zombie film, would you die immediately or would you last?
Oh, I think I'd be a zombie from the beginning, honestly.
Okay.
Had a choice? There was no hesitation in that.
I lack of confidence in my skills.
Bite me! Bite me!
I
And
don't know.
I feel like
and
I'll probably end up like you.
if you were to become a slasher,
Mhm.
what would your mask be and what are you getting revenge for?
Oh, that is a very good question. Um, you put me on the spot now.
Well, have a think about it.
Yes.
We'll
Yeah.
revisit it at the end of the podcast.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's a good question.
But yeah, just what would your mask be and what would you be getting revenge for? Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So now we're not going to do the plot of this, children, because it's still out of the cinema. Go and see it.
Yeah.
I would definitely. Would we all say that it's worth seeing?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
I really do hope that we end up getting adaptations of the sequels of in the book series, just based on
Yeah.
the titles themselves. The second
Yeah.
film is called Friendo Lives, and the third film, the book, my apologies, which I'm quite excited about, is The Church of Friendo.
Oh,
Okay, come
Always
on.
gonna
Yeah.
start a cult, right? Well, look at
Yes.
it.
Yeah.
Everything's
got
in
to.
a cult. Yeah.
Okay.
Is there a danger? Oh, sorry. Go on.
No. No, after you. After you.
I was gonna say, is there a danger that if they get given a bigger budget, that they're going to mess with the beauty of what they've created in this first film?
Oh, possibly, but I hope not.
Okay.
I hear you, Baron. I hear you. Like, Terrifier didn't.
No.
Yeah, and like Terrifier started off with a pittance of a budget, got way more money. Eli Craig seems like a guy who knows what he likes. He's got a definitive style. Yeah,
Mhm.
you saw his style go from Tucker and Dale to this. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So I think there's a high possibility that it will keep its wits about itself.
And it's not his first rodeo either. It's like he's made feature films. He's made successful films before. So
Yeah, sure.
it's gonna go to my head now, and I'm gonna sell out. Like if that was gonna happen, he would have done that. We would have Dale and Tucker pillowcases. You know, it's like why we have
Yeah.
We almost ended up with the Dale and Tucker TV series, but it was unfortunately cancelled.
Yeah, I
Oh,
would.
really?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Is Mr. Eli Craig Canadian? Just a question. He's got
Ooh.
that vibe.
It's like, I
Canadian
don't know.
feel.
I haven't Google that. That's a good.
Have a look. I've got him
No,
open
he's,
here.
no, he's
No, he's
American. He's
American.
American.
He's
Okay,
American.
okay. Um,
Oh,
any
he's
other?
Sally Field's son,
Oh wow, there you go.
son of
Okie
the
dokie.
flying nun. Okay.
They're all related, aren't they?
Flying one.
They're
He's
all
grown up in
related.
Hollywood. He gets it. He knows what's going down. Like he's grown up around all of the film
Sure,
industry.
sure.
Yeah. Again, it's not
So
new to him.
people's favorite kill in this. I really like the one in the cold open with the pitchfork coming up out of the corn. I really like that one. Did anyone have a different favorite kill?
I'm going to have a think. Someone go out. Someone else go first.
I have to think.
Oh, well, me too. What do you think the kills? I'm trying to go through my memory bank and think about all the kills that actually happened. Um, yeah, threw me under a bus.
Mm.
I love the I don't really call it more of a kill, but when the doctor is in the I guess exam room with one of the friendos and taking care of the hand that got shot
Yeah.
off. I love that whole sequence. I love how
Yeah,
that
me
plays
too.
out. So
Yeah.
I wouldn't call that a kill, but it's definitely kind of messy. So I'll throw that down as my sticky moment for
Sure.
the
Okay.
film. Yeah.
So let's see. I've got a little bit of a list here because I was the only one in the cinema
Yeah,
seeing this.
run through.
So I was actually taking notes, which I never have my phone on during the cinema, but because I was the only one in the theater, I wasn't annoying anyone else.
Oh, that's
So we've got the first guy gets killed. There's the plastic wrap on the floor of the bedroom.
Oh, I've got
Then
mine. Yeah, cool.
Yeah, see,
Okay.
I didn't enjoy the first kills. I thought,
Okay.
oh, no,
May
we're
I?
not going to like, see good kills here. We're going to see these cutaways and just going to
Yeah.
see some blood splat up against the wall. And I'm like, this is going to be almost a PG kind of
Uh,
film for an R-rated film. But then,
Yeah.
yeah. Um,
You had one, Mr.
the
Popcorn?
the jock, the
Oh,
spotting. Spot me,
yeah,
bro.
yeah.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, because I was
That was
very
really
glad
good.
he died early on.
yeah.
Never
That's just
liked
because you
those
don't like
characters.
exercise.
No, I don't like jocks.
Yeah,
Exercise
I
is fine.
know.
I yoga all the time. I just do not like jocks. And he was set up to be killed
Yeah.
and set up to be killed in a bro environment, in a bro fashion. Beautiful.
I love that kind of thing about the entire teenagers in general, to step away a bit, that they set them up as just these typical, like every movie we've ever seen. We had the jock, we had the nerd, we had the mean girl,
Mean
we
girl,
had
yeah.
like, so usually these people would be on all segregated kind of groups, but these guys were all together, and that was one of the first things I kind of noticed. I'm like, why are these people friends? There's no reason for these people
Yeah.
to be friends at all.
No.
And I think it was just playing on all those stereotypical groups that we would find in that high school environment, which I did
Yeah.
like.
Which is interesting because because basically the gimmick's not a nice word for it. The setup for this movie, it's a generation war, essentially between Generation X and Generation Z. Yeah. Now the character types, which are almost tropes that are represented in this movie, which Georgina just pointed out, they've been shown on screen since pretty much The Breakfast Club.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So you've got these Gen Z representatives based on these character foundations that were pretty much set in place since The Breakfast Club. So I guess my question is, did the generation war presented in this movie, did it work? Was it conveyed successfully, clearly, with a pointed, clear message? Did you relate to the message? Did you relate to the characters? Do you relate to the generation war, which is happening now? I mean, war's a heavy word, but you get what I mean.
Well,
Yeah.
I think by the fact that these are all those clearly segregated characters in general, that the nerds didn't hang with the jocks and the mean girls didn't like the nerd, blah, blah, blah. But them being all together showed us that there was a bigger enemy. There was somebody else that was the bad guy. They're all together because somebody else is what we're fighting against.
Mm,
And it gave me that straight away. It gave me that,
yeah.
we are
Yeah.
together, even though, your enemy's friend is, that kind of
Yeah,
vibe.
with that. Yeah,
Yeah.
Godfather
Yeah,
vibe.
my
yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
enemy is
yes.
my
So
friend.
we hang together because we're fighting against something together. And the way they accepted twins straight away, that doesn't happen in those storylines. These
No,
people don't
no,
do that. They throw an egg at their head, they do something. It's always
yeah.
mean, and then they find their way. But it's like, oh, come in and be with us. That was weird to me.
Yeah.
Not
Mhm.
that, they
Mhm.
were us against them. Yeah.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure.
I really liked how they showed the difference in like the technologies as well, how like the kids had no idea how to use
Oh,
a stick shift or an old
Yeah.
rotary
A
phone.
rotary
And
phone.
I love that she almost got that phone to work and then
Yeah.
she just
Yeah.
ran
Yeah,
away.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
my
but
favorite kill was definitely the bit where they throw the severed head and the girls think that they're getting corn syrup on
that
each
was good.
other.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
and that's the
nice. Yeah.
jock's head. That's the
Yeah.
Yeah.
jock's head. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Really
yeah,
good.
yeah.
I think
I
Um,
quite enjoyed the room full of friendo costumes and
yeah.
boxes. That was really nice.
Mm.
Um,
I like all
so
those
yeah,
sort of things in general, like mannequins and which one's moving, or
yeah,
it's gonna be all the sheets over things, which one's gonna be the thing that moves. I think that played out so many times, but it works so well. So just keep doing it.
okay.
Yeah.
So they brought the kids together nicely then to
Yeah.
go against the oppressive force, which is the old people in
That's right,
this
yeah.
movie. Flip it around. What did you think of the old people versus the young people? What they had to say about the air quotes young people? How did you think? Yeah. How did you feel about Gen X in this movie?
They're just old
yeah. We're
buddy
not
buddies.
well represented.
Yeah.
These are
No,
awful
not
people.
really.
They're
Not
awful.
really.
They're terrible, terrible, murderous people.
Or Gen X. Why can't it just be the boomers? Let's keep making fun of the boomers.
Yeah, yeah.
No.
They're
They've
old. They don't know
skipped.
what they're doing.
They've skipped over.
Not the left.
They've skipped over us since 1995 when we got the internet.
Yeah.
Gen X has just been quietly drinking wine away. They're not paying any attention. Shh. But lately, it started to come out, and I blame Billy Corgan of the Smashing Pumpkins. He's been
Yeah.
doing it. It's his
Yeah.
fault.
But I think it is very Gen X and the fact that because we don't care. We have that kind of generation of, I think The Simpsons put it best back in the day. It was like we suffer from nor highs nor lows. How does that feel? It's like, that's our kind of
Apathy,
generation.
apathy,
It
apathy
is,
defined.
and I
our
think that
generation.
that they want things just to be how they were. That's it. We don't care
Mhm.
about change. Don't want to do. We like it the way it is. Just leave it alone, kids. Don't come in with all that stuff. Don't do all
Yeah.
those things. Don't bring your technology. Don't bring your vapes, which I found was a big part of it. Vaping. Why are they vaping so much, these kids? Then I realized it's just meant to be a generational thing, and I would put it. And even that frustrated me. I'm like, put the vape away.
Yeah. Because the whole generational gap thing, I mean, it's a construct, it's a marketing construct, essentially.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Set to divide us and make us buy shit we don't need. Thank you, Fight Club. And she points that out, Quinn, very well at the start. Do you realize the 1980s is the same length of time to the 1940s for you lot? The 1940s? Are we watching, hey, you dirty rat, Courtney Lacey films and listening to, come on, my baby, come on, my ragtime girl. No, we are not listening to that.
It's scary when I hear those kind of examples. I mean, I think even the town itself showed that kind of apathy, like you said. It's like it's falling apart. It's dried. It's like you see the neon lights behind. No one's fixed that bulb. No one's caring. No one's giving a damn about even fixing infrastructure. Just nothing. We just want it left alone as is.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if it looks a mess. We just want it left alone. Stop it.
Which was interesting with this movie because the 90s have been going through this on vogue, nostalgic boom lately.
Yeah.
But this showed the 90s as a forgotten wasteland. Do you
Yeah,
remember
it
these
did.
times?
Yeah.
Wasn't it sad?
It
How
wasn't.
did
No,
how did we feel about
somebody's
that?
mad at the 90s. I
Uh,
think it's just trying to say you're stuck in time. I think
Mhm.
like all things, like when we do go on about boomers and they're stuck in their way, I think it's just saying you're stuck in your way. And I think it was just
Yeah.
more visual representation of that because no one's gonna want to live that way. But it was just
no.
a kind of visual representation of
And
stuck in time.
maybe that is the point, the message of this movie is don't get stuck in your ways, don't get stuck in
Yeah,
time.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah. Because it did attempt to balance between the
yeah,
points of view of the dueling generations. Yeah.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Oh,
I did find myself wanting to see one like a prequel, like the 30s or the 60s or the 90s. Like I wanted to see one
When
of
the
the
hippies
Sure.
previous
came in and stuff
pictures.
like that. Yeah,
yeah.
like, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then 90s, hey dude, like
Um,
Yeah.
Vanessa, I won't ask your age. I'm not that rude. Generation wise, where do you place yourself?
I believe I'm Gen Y.
Gen Y.
Yeah.
We're all X's.
yeah.
Um, how did you, what we've just discussed, what was your perception of it, please?
Oh, well, I guess it's with a generational thing, it's just a never-ending cycle. Because I mean, if you look back at history, you see there's newspaper articles, for instance, that say that the young people are terrible. They're reading
Hmm.
these books, and it's going to
Hmm.
ruin society. And then
Yeah.
and then that's just
Yeah.
ridiculous these days. But then you
Right.
think it's the same thing, really. It's forever
The
happening.
greasers on their motorbikes coming through
Oh
town.
yes.
Which way are you doing?
Yeah,
Kill your
yeah.
babies, as they sleep. Like, yeah, it's always it's gone on. You're right.
Mm,
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
it goes back to even like ancient Greek times. Like they were always
yes.
talking about, like every generation has had a problem with the one before it and the one before that.
Yeah,
Hmm.
This is not a new thing, but it was really nicely put together in this film, I thought.
yeah.
Yeah, I thought
Yeah.
so, which was a pleasant surprise. I was not expecting that at the end. Yeah,
I was
yeah,
not.
cool.
Do we think did this film need a werewolf?
Every film needs a werewolf. It's just a random werewolf should pop up somewhere. Like,
I
where's
didn't think it needed one.
just
Like
somewhere in a film?
some horror films are improved by the addition of a werewolf. I don't
Right.
think this one was.
No, I
Would
don't.
anyone
Oh,
else think it needed
can
one?
we get a werewolf friendo hybrid?
Oh, right.
Oh,
See, that's
yeah.
where
Mm.
you
Someone talk to the asylum.
yeah.
Yes.
A
Then you
friendo
get the new
road,
director of the film, right? And he takes it in a new way.
a
Clown
friendo
wolf.
rode the werewolf like a
Yeah.
hellish steed. Yeah,
Yeah.
that could also be cool.
Like a Jason in outer space kind of vibes. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
what did we think of friendo itself?
I liked the design. I
Yeah.
thought it was good. So
Me
it
too.
was that suitably creepy clown thing
Yeah.
that like there was obviously a design change in between the giant friendo that they had in the parade
Yeah.
and
Hmm.
the costumes that they had in the friendo warehouse.
Yeah.
So
Mm.
the one in the parade wasn't as creepy as the
Yeah.
costume.
I think I like that it was like these old versions of we call it brand spokespeople like
Mhm.
Terry the Tiger or any of those and
Mascots.
yeah and you've taken that and you've sort of bastardized it in a little bit and made it creepy. Yeah, I like how they spun it on its head. And I guess it's because of the teens and what they were doing. They were just, manipulating it because of what they had been doing, because they were trying to mess with it. And then so they were taking that and using it against them because they kind of created the character, didn't they? The bad
Yeah.
guy. So they were just
Yeah.
using that same character they developed against them. So,
Mm.
And would be remiss if I did not say, of course, there is influence from the original Ronald McDonald from the 1970s. Just look at that
yeah,
image. You'd
there
trust your child with that clown, wouldn't you?
yeah, definitely. He is.
Look, I remember lining up to meet Ronald McDonald in the mid to late 70s in Toowoomba when they opened the first McDonald's in Toowoomba, and the car park was ram jammed full of
Yeah.
people. Like he was there all day, and the line was hours long to meet Ronald McDonald.
Yeah. I've met one in my time, in my childhood. I think of all clowns that I've met as characters in the years, which I still remember from that, is that hot, sweaty human underneath these
Yeah.
costumes.
Oh,
When you put your
gosh.
arm around them and you feel these like weird hot flesh bags, that's the creepiest part to me about these clowns in general. It's just like it's just this poor human overheating in the sweat.
Yeah.
I
It
mean,
would turn you homicidal. It would turn you
yeah, that's
homicidal.
It really would.
Mm.
Absolutely.
That's why
not
Yeah.
just
clowns
right.
kill.
Yeah.
It makes
Yeah.
it, yeah, they're gonna be a horror icon, right? Uh, I also kind of like,
So
sorry, about the whole that we were talking about corn syrup in general.
yep.
It's such an old world idea that I don't know, for me, it's like, the whole sugar fad, the whole sugar phase, the whole
Mhm.
killing
Mhm.
of fat as an idea. And that this was a
Mhm.
whole sort of manipulation of the population to get into this corn syrup. And this corn syrup idea is dying. I feel like there was a bit of an underline there to this
Oh, very
theory.
good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, not bad because they've got
yeah,
that hey, sounds like this, you can't eat fatty foods.
yeah,
And Donald
yeah,
Trump's administration trying to make America healthy. Yeah, good luck.
yeah, yeah, that's
And
right.
and a big part of the problem, as you are absolutely correct, has been corn syrup in absolutely all of their food,
Yes, that's
turned into
right.
glucose syrup,
Yeah,
etc.,
yeah.
etc. Yeah,
The population back in the day got manipulated into this
nice.
whole
Yeah, 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 yeah,
idea
yeah,
that
yeah, they
corn
did.
syrup was better than fats. Let's kill the fats. Let's make it low fat. Let's put more sugar in everything
Yeah, yeah.
and
Yeah.
sell the sugar industry so we can sell more sugar cane, basically.
Yeah.
Mm.
All it
100%.
was about. So,
Did you
it's
guys have the
changed at the
food
time.
pyramids back in the day
Yeah.
here?
Yep.
Yeah, which basically had all the yummy, delicious, unhealthy stuff up the no, did it have all
Mm.
that stuff up the top?
Yeah,
Yes,
and
it
the
was the
tiniest
smallest
little
part.
peak of the pyramid. That's
Yeah,
right.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
It's a
yeah,
tiny
exactly.
box, and then you go back down to all the fruit and veg.
Yeah, it was
You go
basically
around.
reversed to what it should be. Yes,
Yeah,
yes. So we've grown up with that all around the world,
yeah,
pretty
yeah.
much. Yeah, that idea. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, nicely done.
Yeah.
So do we want to do a rating on this?
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
I'll go first. I'll go first
Huh?
because I'm hosting. I give this a solid 4 out of 5. So this is
Delicious.
delicious. Yes,
Yeah.
delicious popcorn. So 4 out of 5 is delicious. I really enjoyed it. I will go back and see it again when it comes on
Okay.
streaming. I'll probably watch it
Yeah.
at home as well. I really thought it was great. Looking forward to whatever comes out after it.
Mm. Mm.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Same.
give it a 4 out of 5 as well.
Okay, so going for delicious. I'll explain the rating system another time. Yeah, yeah,
Sure.
4 out of 5. Fantastic. I will give it a 3.5. Very much enjoyed it. And looking, because I enjoyed the second half way more than the first. Now
Yeah,
that I've
sure.
got the idea of the sequels, I'm sure will land with
Yeah,
me more
exactly right.
successfully.
Yeah.
But it was very satisfying, and I was
Yeah.
just expecting to go and yeah, that was a slasher. Cool. Yeah,
Yeah.
it was more
Didn't
than what I
realize there'd be
expected.
some
Yeah.
depth about it having a
Yeah,
conversation.
precisely. And with Will Sasso, extra
Yeah.
bonus. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
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 Yeah. I'm with
Yeah.
Eugene. I'm the same. I'm 3.5. I was from the beginning. I'm trying to be kind of sacred with my ratings because I can't throw everything over into the pause.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's a lot I liked about it. But in between, satisfying and delicious, that's where I sit with this film for sure.
All right. So we've sat at about 3.75 between the four of us.
Yeah.
Out of 5, which is halfway, three quarters of the way from satisfying to delicious.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So definitely
Yeah,
go
that's
see it,
good.
children. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Totally
definitely go and
worth
see
it.
it. I was having a conversation with the Pirate Queen after I'd been to see this because I got that very strong feeling throughout this of the Scooby-Doo of the whole thing.
Yeah.
And it occurred to me that we've maybe got the slasher genre only because of Scooby-Doo.
Kind of true.
Oh,
Yeah. Kind of taking mystery films and turning them into a little bit more of a, like you said, a
yeah.
slasher,
But it's a guy in a mask
Yeah.
who's pretending to be something else.
Yeah.
Ah,
And who is it? Who's the guy?
Yeah.
Mm.
And it's
Yeah.
always those pesky
Got it.
kids. The pesky
Yeah.
kids take the mask off at the end.
Yeah.
that's
That's
fascinating.
insightful,
I've
though.
never thought of that.
Mm.
I've thought of things like Jaws being a foundation for slasher, the way the
Yeah.
music's used, build up
Oh,
to,
yeah.
the reveals, etc., etc. But
Yours
for the
is totally a
cinema,
slasher.
Terminator, there's another one, the first one.
Yep.
That's a
Predator.
slasher. That's not called a slasher. Yeah, yeah. But yeah, Scooby-Doo. Nice. And
Yeah, nice.
they've done straight horror films as well
It makes
as
100%.
yeah,
Like,
nicely done.
yeah,
Wow,
yeah,
cool, cool. The things you learn, eh?
yeah. You
All
think the
right.
whole
So
like, who did it kind of thing? Is it him? Is it me?
yeah,
Is it like, like
is it
yeah.
Old Man Withers
Got it.
who's trying to burn down
It's old man with this every time.
the the abandoned amusement park for the
Yeah.
insurance money.
He just always wants the
Um,
insurance money. See, this
Mm.
is why we were a jaded generation. This is why X has problems trusting, is because he was always trying to get
yeah,
that insurance money.
someone's always burning down the abandoned amusement park.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So Vanessa, have you considered what you want your mask to be and what you'd be getting revenge for?
Ooh. uh, I honestly think I'd have a forever changing mask. It would depend on who I was after, and maybe I'd work out what
Ooh.
their deepest fears were and play on that.
Ooh.
And
But
yeah.
what I'm getting revenge on, I'm not sure. Maybe it's that I know that they've done something horrible, and so I'm getting revenge on someone else's behalf.
Vengeance. Yeah, okay. It's
Good
good.
for her
So
type of thing. Yeah.
a mask that changes, like a chameleon mask, and you're getting vengeance against evil people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. I like that.
Yeah.
I like that a lot. I like
Yeah.
that a lot. Cool.
You kind of glamour
So
yourself
look,
into their worst fear or something. Yeah.
Mm.
that brings us really close to the end of this. Last thoughts for Clown in a Cornfield.
Last thoughts for Climate Cornfield. I think a lot of it. I mean, like I said, I love the branding kind of idea. I love that, if you took Terry the Tiger and made him a killer, that's that's fantastic too. No one's really done that. Yeah,
Not yet, anyway.
Oh yeah. Wait
yeah.
until the cereal boxes become,
That's every cereal
public
box is
domain.
coming out. Not an acid flashback. No. Yeah.
What have people been watching or experiencing other than Clown in a Cornfield recently that they can recommend? What have you got for recommendations?
Yeah, I will start off if I may. The Last of Us, the new season 2. Now, again, this is what like Until Dawn. This is one of if you've played the game, you're going to feel differently. I haven't played the game. I've just been watching the show. I really adored the first season. I thought it was really, really good. It's actually my favorite adaptation of a game to the screen so far. All that and the first Silent Hill neck and neck. The second one has definitely been interesting. It's different. I know it's very different to the game, I've been told, and it's different to the first season. It's a bit more, let's say, it's a bit more about love and less about the grim consequences of this new reality. And it's a bit about the power of love to get you through this new world, this new
Is
not
it
so
worth me
good
swapping
world.
over and buying a streaming service or renting it for a certain amount of time, whatever you call it?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Because the second season, however it turns out, is saved by episode 2.
Yeah.
There is a battle scene in this episode which is up there in quality and impact and just overall scope.
Yeah.
I believe it was called the Battle of Windermere, the big battle of Game of Thrones in the last or second to last season that we'd all been waiting for.
Yeah.
But in The Last of Us, you can see what's happening.
Yeah.
You can actually see what's happening.
God,
This battle scene is extraordinary. Just watch the season so you get the context for this battle.
Yeah.
Like, for real. Yeah. That's what I've been watching, and that's my recommendation as well. Yeah.
Well, me, I binge watched the last season of Handmaid's Tale. Well, the last
okay. I haven't yet. Yeah, I haven't yet. Yeah.
You mean the documentary?
I have to watch it because my partner I get so worked up that he can't be in the room. He just cannot be in there. He's just like, why are you so upset?
Watch the show, Zan.
Yeah.
Watch
I have
the
to
show.
I have to do that alone. But great. Yeah. definitely no spoiler at all for that. Just definitely, if you're into it,
Satisfied?
watching
You're
it, it's out.
satisfied?
Satisfied to this point. Hope we get another season. I'm not sure if that is on.
No, that's it.
No, I think
That's
they're
it.
going to do a no
They're doing
um
I've heard
spin-off.
spin-off.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's right. So that's going to
Yeah.
be, I think, like how many of the futures? Like quite a few. It's like
Yeah, which is actually Margaret Atwood, who wrote the original novel.
yeah.
Canadian. This is her book. The
Which would
spin-off
make
is
more
from
sense,
her
actually, if
actual
there's a spin-off.
writings. Yes,
Yeah.
yeah.
When you see
Okay,
this
cool.
and where we're at here, having the spin-off would be much better because to go through all that, it's like to get to where we're at after this point will be a much better way to go.
And with what's happening politically in the world, it's vital to be made, in my opinion.
Oh,
Absolutely vital.
yeah, 100%. Yeah, it's an impactful series in general. I don't know. I can't express that more. Any of it
couldn't agree
started
more.
like
Couldn't agree more. From episode 1, I was like, holy shit.
Yeah, and never think that this is basically just fantasy. There's so much that's what's scary about it. I think there's so much fact in the fantasy of this. That's
Roe v. versus Wade isn't going back anytime soon.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, nothing is. Only going deeper down to that dark hole. We're not going up in a hurry without magical revolution.
Yeah, he's making buddies with Saudi Arabia as we speak. As we speak. Yeah. Anyway, I'll stop.
That's okay. So, what have you been watching recently that you can recommend?
Oh, well, I actually went and saw The Surfer recently.
Oh, Nick Cage's Australian movie.
Yes.
Yeah, cool.
So it was actually filmed here in Western Australia. I quite enjoyed it. There's a bit of cage rage going on. If you really enjoy that, you're gonna like this. It's quite a few stereotypical characters here and there, but it's just a bit of fun. Just go in with no expectations and just go with it.
Yeah, no, we should cover that. Cage in Australia, surfing, absolutely.
For sure.
Ticks a lot of boxes.
Yes.
Yeah. Now I went to see the Thunderbolts, the new Avengers. It's a really nice dark villain in that called the Void. It's part of the Sentry. It's a lot of it. A lot of it is about personal darkness.
That's so I've listened to. I listened to a review and they went to some grim arts YouTube delete yourself places. Yeah. In this movie, like for real. Yeah, like I was listening to some of the lines were like some of the lines because I shout out frames per second. They covered it, and I just wanted to get the general gist of what's going on. And some of the lines they were describing in this movie.
You mentioned anything. You mentioned this once. He's a hat person. Well, the mask.
It was like some of the lines were like about deleting yourself. Some of them it was so goddamn poetic.
Deleting
Baron. There was actual, and I'm saying these lines as he's wearing this hat.
It's hard to be poignant. Well, I haven't done.
Baron, carry on.
Great.
It's
great.
I really enjoyed it. I thought it was great. I'm a big fan of the Red Guardian, obviously, as you can tell. David Harbour is very good. I've heard that the next season of Stranger Things, which is the link back to David Harbour, is supposed to be really good.
Seriously.
Well, I hear that it's going to be like 8 movie-length
episodes.
Jesus Christ. They're going to be 40 like years old.
I know. We'll get that film, that series, 2058.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to it, though. I mean, it hasn't been perfect the whole way through Stranger Things by any means. It's had its issues, but when it hits, it really still does hit. It really still hits. So I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah. So then plugs. What have people got to plug?
Vanessa, I reckon you're the guest. Please, what's happening in Perth?
Oh gosh. There's usually a lot of things happening in Perth. I'm not prepared for this. At the moment, I'm actually working on an anthology film for it's called Amityverse Endgame. I'm about to be filming a segment for it called Amityville Down Under. So
I like that
we'll get to
title.
check it out.
Yeah, I love that title. That's cool. Absolutely. And if you want us to link, send us whatever, and we shall do so.
Sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
Did you like the subtle nod to the Amityville house in Clown in a Cornfield?
Yes.
With the house. Yeah.
Yeah, it was very good. Yeah, yeah. Baron, what's going on in improv land?
So, well, I will always plug Improv Queensland. I'm teaching at the moment, the beginners course. I will always plug Act React. We will have something coming up later in the year, probably Speed the Movie, the play, the 10th anniversary show here in Queensland. That'll be fun. I will always plug IFWG Publishing, who have recently published my short story in Into the Cthulhu Universe book, which is lots of fun. And I'll always plug Supernova because they give me a spot to do emceeing here in Queensland, and always very, very thankful for that. I get to do that sort of thing. So yeah, that's my big plugs.
Yeah, great. Me?
Yeah, please.
My big next thing is going to be Solstice by Converge. It's going to be at Super Ordinary on
Okay.
the 21st of June. So that is the actual solstice. There's going to be art shows, vendors, performances, likely naked people. Well, it's the solstice. Gotta get
Of course,
naked
of
on the
course.
solstice. Come on. It's just how it goes with us witches. DJs, all sorts of stuff. Great big event.
Fantastic. Cool.
Yeah. So Super Ordinary, that's the venue. Also Evil Corp, of course. Always working at Evil Corp. I love being there as a haunted actor. And me, I forget to plug myself. Haunted Heart
Please.
Creation.
Yes.
Haunted Heart Creation. So yeah, me and my crazy, creepy friends.
Family.
Family. Oh no, I hate giving away my
And is Instagram the best platform?
Instagram's the
Haunted
best
Heart?
platform
Yeah.
for my Haunted Heart Creations. But yeah, that's me.
And finally, you did Evil Corp, so I'll do Escape Manor, best escape room in Brisbane on Edward Street. Come play Cabin 13 and ask for me if you want to be scared properly. And and also Ipswich Little Theatre, my new theatrical home. I'm performing a murder mystery at the moment called A Perfect Murder. My character's name is Victor Smiley. If you want to slash a name, that's one. And it's a great murder mystery. If you know Leg of Lamb, Roald Dahl, where the wife kills her husband and cooks him as a leg of lamb and feeds it to the coppers. Very much in that tone. Very much in that tone. Messed up old British stuff, but it's really good.
Cool.
Yeah, imagine Inspector Morse, but as a horror. As a proper horror. Yeah. No, it's good. It's really good.
Yeah, cool.
And we're on to the end of May, so this will be out when it's still playing. It's still in season, so go get your tickets. Absolutely. Yeah, cool.
Right. Okay, and
yeah, it's good. It's good.
Shall we do a sign out? I'll go last.
Okay.
Guest can sign out first.
Yeah. Vanessa, if you have any cool catchphrase or saying that you use in your haunts, etc., throw it in now. But if you just want to say goodbye as your good self and thank you very much for coming on again, take it away.
Thank you so much for coming. Well, thank you so much for having me. It's been great, and hope to see you next time.
Absolutely. And this has been Mr. Popcorn. And killer clowns bring generations together from Pennywise to Friendo. So let's keep the tradition alive. Let's have more Friendo killer clown movies, please. Yeah.
And Ginois?
Yeah, thanks for having me again, ghouls and guys. Always enjoy it. Thank you very much. Not so creepy, but I'm creepy enough for you anyway.
Of course you are.
Go to bed, children. Go to bed.
Oh, I love it when you're evil. This is me at my most evil. Do your evil laugh.